there is no let-up in the suffering of Sudan's flood victims. In Sinjah town in southwestern Sudan, entire neighborhoods remain completely cut off. The higher Sharqi neighborhood is only accessible by canoes. Ahmad Abdullah sent his wife and children to a camp for the displaced, but chose to remain behind to guard his flooded house. He is angry at the lack of help.
The response from the government has been very weak. For the past 3 years, we've been begging the government to reinforce the flood defenses, but they didn't. We went and spoke to everyone from the local authorities to the national government, and still nothing.
The worst floods for 100 years in Sudan completely destroyed most homes in this neighborhood. The government has defended its response so far, saying that it's been hindered by international economic sanctions, as well as the sharp fall in the Sudanese pound.
Our
house was the first one to be flooded in the neighborhood. We were asleep. We could only save our lives. Everything we owned got swept away.
Sudan's rapid deployment forces have sprayed insecticides on pools of stagnant water to kill mosquito larvae. But given how widespread the flooding has been, it's almost impossible for everywhere to be disinfected. The destruction of thousands of peat latrines by the floods poses a grave danger to the population. UN agencies like UNICEF are now helping the government run emergency health centers to deal with any outbreaks. At one of the numerous camps for the displaced in Sinjah, UNICEF medical staff are immunizing children against measles and other communicable diseases. The healthcare workers say they're doing everything they can to avoid outbreaks.
Scaling up our nutrition surveillance. Now we are conducting mock screening to be on standby for any nutrition outbreak, and also to detect early the malnutrition cases and to treat them and to refer them if they need further treatment.
The government in recent days issued new alerts to communities living on the banks of the Nile that rains in the highlands of neighboring Ethiopia could lead to flash floods. Sudan's Humanitarian Aid Commission says 650,000 people have been affected since the start of the rains in mid-July. Millions of others are facing hardship as the cost of food and transport soars because of the flood disaster and long-running economic turmoil in Sudan. Mohammed, Adow, Aljazeera, Sinjah in southwestern Sudan.